Suggesting that work and life needs to be in some sort of balance implies that work and life are at opposite ends of some sort of a big seesaw, and you're having to pile stuff on one to balance out what's happening on the other. But it doesn't work that way when you're an entrepreneur and you're building a business. You're trying to have more impact. You're trying to grow your profitability, and at the same time, you just want to have fun doing something that you love. Oh, and by the way, you're also a parent of little kids. And you might not want to hear this, but believing that there's some sort of balance between work and life in this case means that you're believing a lie. The reality is it's hard to start and grow a business and be a parent at the same time. There will inevitably be times when things take priority, when your family needs you and you have to step away from work, or when work needs you and you've got to tell the family that you've got to be focused on the task at hand. Trying to think that you can find some sort of balance between those two is going to lead to feelings of guilt, feelings of frustration, feelings of inadequacy, stress, none of the things that you need if you're going to be the high performer in your business and be the kind of parent that's going to raise productive human beings. I'll be the one to say it. If you're an entrepreneur and you're also a parent, you're wasting a lot of time chasing the fallacy of work-life balance. So what do you do instead? How about you focus on integration? What if you can integrate work and life in a way where everything falls into place and you're able to grow that business, but you're also able to be the present parent that's helping raise a family? And I said it at the beginning, it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to get real creative to find ways to get the business stuff done and prioritize the needs that your family has. And as I'll talk about in a little while, you're also going to have to set some real clear boundaries, not just with your family, but also with your business, so that they don't start to encroach on each other. And after having this business for more than 2 decades, where I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs wildly grow their businesses by helping them attract new clients from the internet, and at the same time, having 4 children, the youngest of which right now is 5, I can tell you that your business and your family are going to go through cycles. It's almost like seasons of the year, and you're going to see these cycles repeat themselves over and over. And the thing is, each new season is going to bring a whole new set of challenges. But when you can have awareness and you can observe these things happening, you can predict when they're going to happen again and be better equipped to deal with them. That's how you become this high-performing individual, both in your business and with your family. We're not living in a Swiss picnic here. Business and family both have great times and they both have challenging times. It's kind of like storms coming in with the weather. You've got to be able to be prepared for those storms and handle them. Whether it's your kids having a meltdown because they want the latest whatever thing that they want, or you've got client demands and deadlines that you've got to hit, it can feel tumultuous at times. But when you have awareness and you can just relax and understand that this is going to happen and you're going to go through these cycles, both of those examples are going to be welcomed opportunities for growth for you. I think the key here is, instead of chasing balance, it's finding ways to be more flexible. You know, I often think of an oak tree and a reed, and when a great wind blows, the oak tree that falls down, that thing's never going to stand back up. But the reed, that thing will just bend right over, and then when the wind stops, it goes right back to upright. You can be the same way if you can find a way to be flexible, both in your business and with your family, and that kind of flexibility is going to make you someone who can handle any challenge that's presented to you. So let me give you some practical advice that you can start using right now to better integrate your work and your life. And let's start with your family. And the first step is to optimize everything that goes on with your family. This is the who, the what, the where, and the when, because those are all of the questions that get answered, especially if you have kids that are starting to grow up into toddlers or all the way to their teens. And the first step is identifying where the help is coming from and how the help is going to actually help you. Look, even as a couple, raising kids takes a lot of time between driving places and keeping places clean, laundry, and occasionally you have to feed those little humans. There's a lot of work involved. And if you can make sure that both of the parents understand where their responsibilities are, who's doing what and when, That's going to help optimize your schedule so that there's nothing left to guess. And I know it might sound rigid, but it's that rigidity in your schedule that's going to make it optimized. I'm the one that takes kids to the beach because, well, I'm the fun dad. And while you're figuring all of this out, it's important to identify what tasks are non-negotiable, like what things have to get done, and then everything else that might not have to get done, you could either defer it or you could delete it or you could delegate it. Once your kids start to grow up, you could start to enlist them to help out. That's when things really start to open up for you. And as I'm saying this, I'm thinking about it, these things apply in your business as well. In your business, there are going to be important tasks that are non-negotiable. This is the stuff you've got to get done. Namely, it's increasing your profitability, it's having a great impact on your clients, and finding a way to be happy while you're doing it. Everything else, if it doesn't directly affect that, might not be as important. If you could defer or delete or delegate, that's going to work very well in your business as well. I'm also a big fan of block scheduling. In fact, I live my entire 7 days of every week with a block schedule. You can look out into the future for months or years, tell me a day and a time, and I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to be doing because I'm very disciplined with my block scheduling. I have dedicated blocks of work time, dedicated blocks of family time, and generally I set the right boundaries so that they don't interfere with each other. The next piece of advice I'll give you is about consistency anchors. A consistency anchor is an action or a behavior, or it could even be a thing that keeps you rooted and grounded. For me, it's a part of my schedule. I exercise every morning and I exercise every afternoon before I finish my day and go have dinner with the family. I know that my day starts with that action and that behavior. And I can tell you, if something happens where I don't get that run in the morning, or if it's even delayed just a little bit, it really has an effect on the rest of my day. Another consistency anchor for me is my daily schedule at work. And part of my daily schedule is spending time on social media to grow my own business. I do exactly what I mentor the people in my masterminds to do, which is spend time on social media doing the things that attract clients to you. By the way, while I'm thinking of that, if you're a business owner and you do want to attract more clients to your business, I'm going to put a link probably right about here on the screen. It's not floating in the air as I'm sitting here, but I'll make sure it is there in post-production. That link will get you onto my calendar so we can brainstorm about you and your business. This isn't a sales call in disguise. I genuinely want to help you. So spend 15 or 20 minutes with me on that link, and I'll give you some straightforward advice on how you can start getting more clients from LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere on social media, in fact. So that link right there, that's mylastname.me. Just head over there and I'll see you in the next couple of days. Another consistency anchor for parenting and for having a family is making sure that you have one meal a day where you eat together. That happens to be dinner time here for us, and it is non-negotiable. It is 7 days a week. All the six of us are sitting and having dinner together and having conversations about our day. And we do not break from that. And it's super important. It's a consistency anchor for us as parents. It's a consistency anchor for the kids as well, because we all know that for that hour of the day, we have time together where we can focus on each other. And it's always been that way. I would really strongly encourage you to think about having something like that with your family as well. In your business, another consistency anchor might be planning tomorrow today. That means finishing every single day. The last thing you do, planning your work day for the next day. It will do magical things for you in your business anyways, but if the last thing you do is to forecast and map out your to-do list for the next day, not only do you finish accomplished, but you start ready to go. I think that's really important to do. The last piece of advice might be the hardest one to implement because you have to develop an awareness to what's happening in your business and what's happening with your family so that you can make the decision on where your attention goes. Because there are going to be times where your business absolutely needs your attention, and you have to set the boundary with the family that they're going to let you have the focus time to get to work and to get the things done at work. And then there are going to be other times where the family needs you, and you're going to have to set the boundary that this is my family time. This is the time that we get together, and I'm not going to let work get in the way of that. But It doesn't happen instantly. It is truly an awareness. You have to look at the patterns and look at the cycles and collect the feedback and process everything to say, okay, I know I have an awareness of when my business is going to need me, and I have an awareness of when my family is going to need me. Look, friends, it's not easy to do, but you've got to find a way to do it. This isn't about work-life balance. This is integrating both things together, but setting clear boundaries so that when one thing needs your attention, you've got the attention to give. My friends, you made a choice to start your business. You're here watching this video because of the success that you've had. Let's get you even more success by finding the integration of work and life. And if you'd like to brainstorm with me about how you can get an abundance of new clients into your business, like I've helped thousands of paying clients do over more than 20 years, you can just visit this link right here. I'll see you on that call and we will brainstorm together. Heck, I might even tell you about my masterminds, but I'm not going to try to sell them to you. You know by now if working with me is right for you. So hop on that call and let's brainstorm and get some advice so that you can get going, you can start getting more clients, and you can have the profitable business that gives you a whole bunch of happiness.